Right, this is going to be a short, probably the shortest of the videos in the series on finding good buyers, and it has to do with the stuff you do that is designed to consolidate your relationship with people. Because I say it all the time, I've been saying it since I started this series, I look beyond making money. I look more for opportunities to build long-term relationships with people that are hopefully at some point in time will decide to buy from me. I do not go with the motivation to make money. I go with the motivation to make a difference, to add value, positive, tangible value, or tangible, positive value to people that need the solutions I offer. So I want to make a difference. I want to help people. I want to help people achieve their goals, and in the process I want to get rewarded financially and otherwise. So I do not see money as my ultimate goal. I see helping people to become better at what they do as my ultimate goal. Now, that kind of mental attitude is what will make you succeed, because that attitude will make you look beyond whatever physical or material rewards you want to get, and look at the human beings you're relating with and ask yourself, what can I do to make this guy feel better about what he's doing? What can I do to help this guy get faster and closer to his or her goal? And so you will be driven to go the extra mile more often than not if you have that kind of mental attitude. Now, I said in one of the video series, you have to go through the playlist, you'll find it. I said that you don't want to be somebody that does hit and run kind of business. You don't want to have the hit and run mentality, the win-lose mentality, where you're always thinking of taking, and very rarely thinking of giving or trying to achieve what you call mutually beneficial outcomes. This is important. Now, why do I bring this up at this point again? Because sometimes you will actually find that you want to relate with a client with no selling in mind, with no selling purpose in mind. So what would you want to relate with? Like I said, you build relationship. They are human beings. So you want to look at, just as a fellow human being, what is this person in need of at this point in time? You have no desire to sell, even if you have something to say, that's not the reason. You're looking at the person and say, no, something has happened in this person's life and I want to be a part of it, or I want to help him or her through it. So let's say, for instance, you have a client and the person has just had, maybe his spouse passed on. You don't just, bro, sorry, and then you move on. And next week, you just come and say, hey, sorry, there's something you want to buy this thing. You really, this is where your ability to be a normal, functional, decent human being will come to play. And believe me, even though it's not your intention, if you do this, it will make your clients fall in love with you. It doesn't mean they are going to come and start beating at your door with money. No. It's just, think about it this way. A person has bought something from you, does not have a desire to buy anything more, but yet feels so good about you, he can't help talking about you. You don't need, it couldn't get better than that when you have positive word of mouth concerning you being spread by somebody that's bought something from you. Think about it. There are some people that make sales and they shut down the phone numbers for a period to just make sure they don't get calls from the person they've sold to, because they know what they've sold to the person is not what the money the person has parted with, and the person will discover it, and so they know they don't want to be on the receiving end of the person's feedback when he or she has found out that he's been hard or she's been hard. So here, what I'm saying therefore is that sometimes you just want to connect with people as a human being because you know it's the right thing to do. So I just did something this morning and I just wanted to share it with you, because those of you who follow me, you know that I have clients in different countries, and I do have a team of gentlemen in Haiti who are my clients. They have a company they're running together. They're into poultry farming and all that. They bought my poultry farm manager very late in December, just I think 2 days before January 2021. And when I saw the news about the assassination of the Haitian president, my heart just went out to them. But unfortunately, a series of other events had happened. I'm even going to do a video on that. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. It's going to be a very interesting one. Something happened a few days ago. But around the time that the announcement about their president being assassinated, I was going through some challenges at that time, some things that were taking up my time. And then this other incident happened that I'm going to do a video on. So all of it just kept me busy, and I couldn't really get to them. I wanted to send them a message, but this morning I woke up around 1 a.m. Today is the 18th of July 2021, and I said, no, I've got to send this message. I wanted to type it, and I said, no, maybe I should do a recording. So I did a voice note to the gentleman who had reached out to me, among them, the first person who had reached out to me when they wanted to buy from me. In French, it will be David. In English, it's David. And I just did a little audio. I'm going to play the audio at the end of this, sending them my condolences, appreciating, also kind of expressing my sympathies and all that concerning what had happened to the president, and also saying that I hope that the guys who did it will get dealt with accordingly. And just a few seconds ago, I saw he replied with the emoji. I think they call them emoji, or those symbols, and the one that shows the prayerful hands, kind of showing appreciation, two hands clasped together. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is this: no matter how business focused you may be, no matter how challenging you are finding your circumstance at any point in time, you must learn to act with emotional intelligence and be sincere about it. You must learn to see your clients as human beings, not as ATM machines. So there's a joke about some people, they see human beings with dollar symbols and naira symbols. They see you only in terms of what they can get from you, and you've got to move beyond that. You must never find, as a decent human being, you should never even be at that level. You must always you must be emotionally intelligent in the way you relate with human beings, and always seek to connect with them as a human being. So if you do that, you'll find that whenever the things that affect them, not that could affect them, you will always remember to reach out to them and extend a hand of comfort, a few words of appreciation, whatever. Maybe they're getting married, maybe they achieve some success in their lives. Be a part of that as well. Be a part of your client's life or lives. Don't just focus on what you're going to get from them. Remember them only then. When there are things they are doing that they are happy about, they're rejoicing about that, or things that you see that could make them happy, go the extra mile, reach out and just connect with them and be a part of it, or make it happen for them. Tell them about it, share it with them. That's what you should do. I'll give you another example. There was a time, I think it was Mozambique. I think, if I'm correct, I think it was Mozambique. Mozambique had a crisis. It's kind of a natural disaster some time ago. I think sometime last year. And it affected so many people, and there was a lot of relief efforts from different countries. And I had a Malawian client that had just come on board then. And I recall he just went very quiet on WhatsApp. I was thinking to myself, what's wrong with this guy? Then suddenly he came back up again. I said, hey, listen, you've been away for so long. What happened? Where have you been? And all that. He said, oh, didn't you know? Malawi is we share a border with, I think it's Mozambique. With Mozambique. I know when that crisis happened, the village I'm in is the border town. Is the border, and we share actually our border with Mozambique. So a lot of the people that actually do business with me, and then that we know because of the fact that we're at the border, were affected. The village, is a place that we relate with, and so we had to go and help out with relief and all that. So I had to take time off being online to really join my team in doing that for them. So how does this relate to what we're saying? It's the same thing. I was concerned about him. I was interested in knowing, where have you been? Hope you've been okay. You've been offline for a while. What could that be? Because he'd been someone that had been very active. He talked to me about the ration formulation he bought. And another reason was for the relationship being that way was he had been trying to send money to me for close to 6 months before he succeeded. Can you imagine that? We were talking, the government in this country did not allow them to send money directly like that. They had to do so many checks on me and all that. I had to get them information. At the point I had to send an electronic invoice. So many things they were double checking before they finally sent money. They didn't have a system that allowed them to send money directly like that. They had to go through so many processes. So the persistence of this guy was something that impressed me. He kept coming back to apologize about why he hadn't sent payment, blah blah blah. So eventually when he got through, it was a big relief for both parties. So when he now disappeared again, I was concerned, because at that time he had just asked me a question concerning some aspect of the software he did not understand. Then he disappeared. So I was concerned. I had already received my money, but like I told you, when you look beyond making money and you begin to see the other person as a human being, it could be your brother, so you want to reach out and say, well, I hope everything is okay. And that's how I am. That's why I love what I do, and that's why I like to connect with people that reciprocate. I don't want people that look at me and think of how they can get what they want out of me, and they don't want to add value to me. So I connect with people that have the same philosophy. And if you give up the wrong energy, I'm going to disconnect from you. I don't want that in my life. That's why I told you the spirituality of marketing, the spirituality I practice and that I use in my marketing is very specific in this area. You have to connect. You see, like begets like. You have to connect with people that give up the same energy as you, and you have to avoid people that give up the opposite energy to yours if you want to flourish, if you want to thrive. So anyway, so the Mozambican example is another one in which, in the process of asking about this Malawian guy's situation, I learned that Mozambique shared the border with them, and I got better informed about the African continent in the process. So I know a lot of stuff now today because I show concern. I try to reach out to my clients and try to connect with them outside of the aspect of selling. As human beings, one of my clients in Kenya, his name is Eric Kiswaga. I remember he was going to get married. He sent me an IV on WhatsApp. Come on. Some of them have added me in Uganda. My clients in Uganda added me to their Facebook group. I think one of them was an admin. He added me to the Facebook group. But I'm not in Uganda, and I'm not in Uganda, but he did that. I wouldn't have known the group existed, and I've learned a lot from the group. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So you must learn to connect as a human being with your buyers and your prospective buyers. Relate with them, show that you care. Even if you don't want to sell, even if there's nothing you can sell, or they show no interest in buying, still relate with them in a manner that makes them see that you value them as human beings. Who knows? That could lead to other things. But the point is, do that, because it will only make that person have greater regard and respect for you. And you never know what they will say about you that will lead to a sale in the future. It can end up returning to you in multiple form of rewards. But the thing is, even if it does it, you are actually going to be perceived in a more positive light than you could ever be if you did not do it. So do it, because there are spiritual laws that support it, and the minute you do it, there are certain spiritual rewards that will come to you. They may not necessarily come immediately, but they will come, because it's like you're building up a store for yourself of rewards that you're going to reap from. And I tell you, I have harvested all kinds of rewards. In the second story, and the next story I'm going to tell you, this is what I said is going to be the story about what happened to me just this past week. Oh, man, this is it's a real life miracle, man. I'm going to have to go back and get some people to talk about it and record. I'm going to interview my printer. What did he think about the story? He saw me when I started using the replacement phone, and you will hear this full story. You will hear people's reaction. What did they think about what happened to me? That's why I tell people all the time, I practice a form of spirituality. It's not about religion. Spirituality it supersedes religion, and if you do it right, believe me, you will get powerful rewards, even right here on earth. But we've got to live a life in which we truly are sincere in our dealings with others. That is the way this spirituality will work for you. But a lot of people who are engaged in religion don't live like that, and that's why they don't reap the same rewards. Right? So I hope this has been useful. Watch out for the next video. That's going to be really, really interesting, because I'm going to be featuring the stuff I said happened to me. Like I said, it's a true life miracle, man. There's no other way to describe it. Right? Till then.